Oh, so Sire, I'm visiting from America, and I've never had Nando's before, and I've heard some great things, like to get the medium quarter pound or something.
You need to shut the fuck up!
What's up guys, so for this video I'm going to be talking about a streamer that goes by the name of Extraemily. In case if you don't know who she is a streamer that has nearly 1 million followers on Twitch, and she's known for making IRL streams. In the same vein, she has also gotten herself into controversies, examples like being a dangerous driver on the road, and I will be showing you 2 examples of that in this video. But the first example I will show you of Extraemily being a massive nuisance is she enters a Nando's restaurant in the UK and she gets kicked out due to being too loud and annoying.
You want to go there with camera?
Oh, so Sire, I'm visiting from America, and I've never had Nando's before, and I've heard some great things, like to get the medium quarter pound or something, and I wanted to, document my amazing experience here at Nando's.
Yeah, but people this is restaurants. You
Okay.
can't go there without be asking people. It's not allowed.
Okay.
So if you want to go and eat, you can go and eat, but take a camera. No, it's not allowed.
Okay. Okay, no problem. I will go somewhere else.
Okay.
Have a great day.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe I go to a different one.
Shout out to that guy for kicking her out for being loud and annoying. Could you imagine if you're just having a peaceful evening at a restaurant, it could be any other restaurant, and then you just see this happy-go-lucky loser just being like, oh my god guys, this is gonna be so awesome, I've never tried this restaurant before, I'm so excited to try it. Yeah, it would definitely cause a disturbance, and people wouldn't appreciate the disturbance by this happy-go-lucky, annoying-ass individual. I imagine everybody in the Nando's was extremely relieved that Emily was removed from the premises because she was loud and annoying. Also, she was kicked out because this Nando's, and this goes for some restaurants, they don't allow cameras, so if you're vlogging or streaming, you'll definitely be told to put away your camera or stop streaming, or you will be told to go somewhere else. And in this case, that's exactly what happened. Another example of why I find Extraemily very irritating is that she is a very reckless driver on the road. I have 2 examples of that. Here is the first example.
I better see all the pink. Yes, yes. What's this? Ah! Okay, keep going. Okay, I'm stopping. Okay, we're good. Okay, no problem. That happens all the time. In Austin, you know, like, the stoplights here are really long.
Hi,
So,
Emily.
usually I just go past. Thank you, Gibberish, for the Prime. Appreciate ya. Why did you? It's fine. Like, people do that, you know, as long as it's yellow.
Here is another example of Extraemily being very reckless with her driving skills, but this time she has 3 other streamers in her vehicle, and while a song is playing on the radio, I don't know what song it's called, Extraemily approaches a speed bump, and this is what happens. Also, I will be giving you my opinion on both the clips after I show you the second one. Right, let's talk about the first clip. I will talk about the second clip afterwards. So, the first clip, Extraemily is just like, yeah, you know, I don't care about going past a red light because it slows me down from getting to my destination. I don't get the stupid mindset Extraemily has of, I'm the main character, everybody around me is an NPC. It's such a ridiculous mindset to have. Extra Emily is extremely lucky that no cars were going to collide into her vehicle when she sped past the red light. If that was to happen, Extra Emily and the person that crashed their car into her would have been very injured, and the car would have been completely destroyed. She's very lucky that didn't happen. Also, Extra Emily would be to blame for that happening because she didn't stop at the red light, or because she wants to get to her destination faster, even if it means disobeying traffic laws by going past a red light just to reach her destination faster. Another example of Extra Emily being very lucky is that there were no police officers nearby. If there was a police officer or multiple police vehicles nearby, and she went past a red light, she would have been pulled over and been given a ticket. She would have no one to blame but her retarded self for doing that, but you bet your ass she would be like, guys, feel bad for me, I got a speeding ticket. She definitely would say something like that because she wants people to feel bad for her. Plus, the admission of Extra Emily always going past red lights because she finds it to be too much of an inconvenience for her to reach her destination is just fantastic, because she's admitting she's a dangerous driver and she doesn't care about her surroundings, even if it means putting her and others around her on the road in danger. She will happily put people in danger just to reach her destination much quicker. Now let's discuss the second clip where Extra Emily is in a vehicle with multiple people in the car she is driving. I believe the car she's driving is a rental car, however it doesn't really matter. She almost put all of them, including herself, in danger because this dumbass is acting like she doesn't have control of the vehicle she is driving. How Extra Emily could have avoided this is to simply slow down when approaching the speed bump. Instead, Extra Emily wants to act like she doesn't have control of the vehicle and lets everybody in the passenger seat just fly upward. Most people would slow down before approaching the speed bump, but because Extra Emily has no common sense, she just decides to keep her foot on the pedal and go over the speed bump. Meanwhile, everybody in the passenger seat just flies upward. You can argue that the people in the passenger seats don't have the seatbelts on, that's why they flew upward. Sure, that's a fair complaint, they really should have their seatbelts on. They wouldn't have flown upward nearly as high if then they did, because they didn't have the seatbelts on. However, Extra Emily is definitely at fault and the most to blame because she didn't slow down when approaching a speed bump. I find it funny how Extra Emily turns around and is like shocked that those people who don't have their seatbelts on just flew upward. She's acting like, oh my god, I didn't mean for that to happen, when she actually did. She just doesn't have any common sense to be a much more sensible driver. Extra Emily and everybody else in that vehicle are very lucky there was no incoming vehicles that could have collided into them because of Extra Emily's reckless driving. Extra Emily, whenever she's driving, she is just a hazard to everybody that is on the road that's around her, because she is just gonna do some dumb shit, like not look where she is driving by going on her phone, which she has done. She doesn't stop at red lights because she finds it too inconvenient to do so. She doesn't look where she is driving because her friends are talking to her. Not only that, she doesn't slow down whenever she goes over speed bumps. She is just a hazard to everybody around her, and Extra Emily should definitely have her driver's license revoked. The more she continues to go past red lights because it's an inconvenience to her to stop and wait for the light to turn green, the more she does this, she will definitely get pulled over by police officers and give her a ticket for not obeying traffic laws. The more she continues that, she could get her driver's license revoked, which she definitely would deserve to lose it because she is incapable of being sensible when driving on the road. Also, I don't think any of her friends would want to ride in the same vehicle as her because they are just worried she is going to crash the vehicle and get into a car accident because she is just irresponsible with being a good driver. She will not only injure herself and damage the car she is driving, she will also damage the other person's vehicle, potentially injuring them as well as injuring herself and her friends that are in the same vehicle as her, and that would be all Extraemily's fault. Anyway, let me know what you guys think about Extraemily. She really sucks. I really don't like her, as well as Pokimane. Anyway, take care, everyone.